Hey guys, welcome to today's episode of Schmoedown Tea Time. In today's video, we will be breaking down the team's match between the Loony Bin and Loose Cannons. Both are rookie debuts. We have Eric Zipper and Paul Oyama representing the Dungeon, and now we have the Loony Bin with Video Drew Grant, and her friend Tom. We don't know a lot about Tom. We saw Drew play against Brendan Meyer a couple weeks ago, more like a month now. But that was a very great debut for a loss. I think that the match was really close from what I remember. But she is a player to be reckoned with in terms of just because she's 0-1 does not mean we need to underestimate her right now. I think I said in my breakdown of her match with Brendan that she should be a teams player because maybe she just needs to have someone to fill in the gaps of her knowledge, and she could probably be more comfortable on the stage with someone that she knows or anything. So I'm interested to see what her dynamic is now with this new teammate. And just her essence on the screen was something that we never saw before in the Schmoedown in terms of her commitment to character and the type of character that she brought in immediately. So I'm excited to see if she continues that with Tom and if they are good at movie trivia. For the Loose Cannons, I'm not exactly sure, we have Paul Oyama and Eric Zipper. I have been looking forward to seeing their team debut, especially with the Dungeon growing a lot in terms of clout in the Schmoedown. I think that this is the perfect chance for Kaiser to prove himself even more as a manager, to have a team in the Teams League and say that I brought these two together and I know what I'm doing and y'all should watch out for me and my faction. I think that Paul Oyama and Eric Zipper will work very well together. I would say that Paul Oyama is probably the stronger player of the two. When Eric Zipper joined the Manager Bowl representing the Dungeon, everyone was like, oh no, he's gonna be dead last. And he really didn't do as bad as everyone thought he would. And I think he proved that he can stick around with some big name players. And, even though he didn't win, I think he is moving up in terms of his comfortableness on the stage. Comfortableness, that's a word. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen in today's match because we have Eric Zipper and Paul Oyama really trying to prove themselves. And, they are coming off of a loss with the Manager Bowl, but Paul Oyama is going to play Dan Murrell in a month. It's crazy to think that Paul Oyama started as a rookie from the fan leagues and now he is playing Dan Murrell. And at the beginning of the year, he said, I'm as good as Dan Murrell. And we were all like, no way. Who is this kid? And now here he is. And I think that's something that isn't being talked about enough, especially because he's been doing so well. So I'm excited to see today's match. I would definitely predict that Loose Cannons would be the winner just because I know those players more. I would not put this past Loony Bin to pull out a win, but I just know more about the Dungeon and the players' capabilities. I feel like Eric Zipper and Paul Oyama can really work together even if they're trying to figure out each other's dynamics in terms of match and working together. I think today's match for Eric Zipper and Paul Oyama will be important because they got to figure out each other's dynamics and how they play during a Schmoedown match, but I think that they can both handle it by the end. By round 3, we will see a lot more teamwork in terms of how they communicate and how they just answer movie trivia questions. So, yes, my prediction is that Loose Cannons will win.
We just got to make it into that tournament, man. If we make it into that tournament, I know we can do it.
I want you to send these weirdos back to the horror shelf at Blockbuster Video. You think you can do that?
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Come on.
Today's pre-match scene doesn't really have a lot of story, but it's kind of what I predicted. Just they're getting ready for their team's tournament, and they are here to win. They are here to prove themselves. So I think it's a very important match, especially because, like I said, Paul Oyama and Eric Zipper have had a lot of haters recently, and I think that just getting out there and proving everyone wrong can definitely give them more credibility. So that wasn't that much tea in terms of storyline, but it's also just a good scene to get to know these characters more before the match, because today's match might not get a lot of not necessarily views, but might not get a lot of traction just because these are two new team debuts.
Drew and whatever his name is, I was a theater nerd in high school, and I would have bullied those guys. Like, come on.
I like cartoons. Tom?
I wasn't actually allowed around other children when I was little, but I've watched lots of movies and learned how to interact with people that way.
Haha, great banter, Tom.
Following the promos, we have never seen two people come into the Schmoedown with such a character already that it's from the moment they are on screen, they are who their characters are, and I would think that it's something to admire just immediately off the bat, is that they are very interesting and they're bringing something to the Schmoedown that we have never seen, because especially, not to shade the people that have come in and they just wear the sunglasses and they come in talking and all that stuff. We've never seen kind of whatever the Loony Bin is. We've never seen that before. So I'm really entertained by them, and it's kind of just the same stuff with the Loose Cannons. They are here to win, and they claim that they are going to get a belt. They are going to do damage in the Schmoedown. So we'll see how this match goes.
What is the full name of Kurt Russell's character in Escape from New York?
Snake Plissken?
That is correct for a point. Video Drew.
Video Drew knows Snake.
But does not know the full answer, so we can't give a point there. Eric.
Snake Plissken.
That is correct. And Tom.
Snake Plissken.
We got a correct answer from Tom. He's on the board. 2-1 game.
Who plays Lady Sarah in The Favorite?
Video Drew thinks Rachel Weisz.
That is correct for a point.
Rachel Weisz.
That is correct. Tom.
Rachel Weisz.
We got a tie game 3-3. Paul.
Rachel Weisz.
We got a lead 4-3 there. Who played Texas Ranger Marcus Hamilton in Hell or High Water?
Jeff Bridges.
That is correct for a point. Tom.
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges is right for a point. Paul.
Jeff Bridges.
That's correct. 6-4 lead. Video Drew.
Video Drew did not have it.
Video Drew did not have the answer, so we have 6-4.
What is the name of the sequel to Fantasia?
Fantasia 2000.
That is correct. They're on the board there. 5 points. Paul.
Fantasia 2000.
You got it. Video Drew.
Video Drew loves Fantasia 2000.
She does love it. She got a right answer. Eric Zipper.
Fantasia 2000.
We got a clean sweep across the board. Who directed 1987's RoboCop?
Great first name. Paul Verhoeven.
That is correct. Video Drew.
Video Drew hearts Paul
She
Verhoeven.
does and got a point. Eric.
Paul Verhoeven.
That's correct. We got a 10-point score there, Tom.
Paul Verhoeven.
You got it there. 10-8. It's a close game.
What was Reese Witherspoon's character name in Legally Blonde?
Video Drew, please like me, Elle Woods.
That is correct. Elle Woods. Eric.
Elle Woods.
That's correct. Tom.
Elle Woods.
10 points for them. Paul
Elle Woods.
maintains that 2-point lead there. Good one, good one, good one. Richard Kelly directed Jake Gyllenhaal in what 2000s thriller?
Donnie Darko.
That's correct. Tom.
Donnie Darko.
That's correct.
Would have been
Maintained.
disappointed had we not gotten
Donnie
that
Darko.
That's right. Video Drew.
Video Drew feels neutral about Donnie Darko.
Feels neutral, but that's a correct answer.
one. What is the title of the 1979 sequel to American Graffiti?
More American Graffiti.
Perfect round for Tom. Perfect round for Tom.
More American Graffiti.
Perfect round for Paul. Video Drew.
Video Drew never saw More American Graffiti.
But you know the answer. Eric, perfect
I didn't
round.
have it.
Did not have it. Oh,
Very good, Jip.
Wow.
15-14. Who plays Cinderella in the movie Into the Woods?
Amanda Seyfried.
Incorrect. Incorrect. Tom.
Mia Wasikowski.
No, we're looking for Anna Kendrick.
Following round one, it is 15-14 with Loose Cannons in the lead. That is very telling of how this match is going to go, I think. These are both insanely stacked teams. They have so much knowledge, and I think that this match is a really high caliber competition in terms of these competitors are all so good. And it's not just a Wild Berries match where it's, or the Finstock and Robert Meyer Burnett one, which was a little rough. But oh my gosh, that was actually crazy. I'm so looking forward to the next round because of just the round one. There's already so much at stake because the game is so close.
No, Modern
Oh,
Classics.
Modern
Do you guys want to
Classics.
keep Modern Classics? You can spin again if you want.
We will keep Modern Classics. Thank you so much. I love being here.
Who played Biff in Back to the Future?
Thomas F. Wilson.
That's correct for 2 points. 2 points. Loony Bin
Wow.
on the board here.
What was the name of the English king in Braveheart that ruled during the time of William Wallace?
King Edward the Longshanks.
That is correct. That is correct.
In Gladiator, who plays Juba, Maximus's close friend and ally?
Jimon Hansu.
That is correct.
That's correct. 2 more points.
What 80s toy does E.T. use to phone home?
Speak and Spell.
Apostrophe. That's correct. 2 more points.
In Speed, what speed does the bus have to maintain to not explode?
50 miles per hour.
2 more points. A 24-15 lead. Danielle, this is impressive.
In Aliens, who plays Wayland representative Carter Burke?
Paul Reiser.
Doesn't even need to confer. That's 2 more points there. What a round. Three's game. Jack Moore's 10 scoreless innings. Game 7. Hey, Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
Questions?
Up, and he's going to
spin
spin
it
again.
again.
That's a great bit of teamwork, making sure they're both feeling comfortable with the
Gonna do
choice.
it. It's right next to the pizza. Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood.
In what 1970s film did Clint Eastwood play a gunfighter simply known as the Stranger, who helps a small settlement hold off 3 outlaws?
High Plains Drifter.
That's correct for 2 points. Clint Eastwood plays war vet and auto mechanic Walt Kowalski in what film?
Gran Torino.
That is correct for 2 points. This Hollywood legend starred as the titular Sarah in the film Two Mules for Sister Sarah. 5.
And Margaret.
Incorrect for a possible steal.
Jane Fonda.
Incorrect looking for Shirley MacLaine. Which 1960s war film stars screen legends Richard Burton and Clint Eastwood?
I'm
2.
gonna go with B.
That is incorrect for steal.
Kelly's Heroes.
Incorrect looking for Where Eagles Dare. Where Eagles Dare. Clint Eastwood's character Philo Bedeau had a pet sidekick in Every Which Way But Loose. What kind of animal was it?
Orangutan.
That's correct for 2 points. Clint Eastwood directed, produced, and starred in this 1985 Western whose name references the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Pale Rider.
That's correct for a point.
Going into round 3, we now have Loony Bin in the lead, and I feel like that just is really showing how this game could go either way, because Loose Cannons was in the lead going into round 2. Loony Bin had a great second round. That Modern Classics wheel was definitely the way to go. They killed it. I feel like Tom knew a lot of the answers, but they both just killed it. For Loose Cannons, that was another really good round. You definitely would assume that Loony Bin know each other more and know each other's knowledge more, but that just comes with rookie debuts. I think especially because Paul Oyama and Eric Zipper didn't really know each other before this, they have to work together and they have to learn how to work together. So they both had great second rounds, but you can definitely tell who knows each other better.
Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep star in what 2017 historical thriller about the Pentagon Papers?
The Post.
That's correct for 2 points. 2 points. In 2008's Wanted, who plays Sloan, the leader of the fraternity of assassins?
Morgan Freeman.
3 points. Look at that. Look at that.
What 2002 film does Cameron Diaz star alongside Leonardo DiCaprio and Daniel Day-Lewis?
Gangs of New York.
That's correct. 2
That's correct.
points. Name 2 actors in the Altman family in 2014's dramedy This Is Where I Leave You.
Adam Driver and Jason Bateman.
That's correct for 5 points.
In Ralph Breaks the Internet, who voices the algorithm, yes, who helps Ralph with his videos?
Alana Glazer.
That is incorrect. Incorrect. Looking for Taraj P. Henson.
In Matilda, what is the name of the terrifying closet filled with nails that the evil Miss Trunchbull constantly threatens to put bad students in?
The punishment box.
And your winner, Paul and Ann Loose Cannons. Looking for the choky. I can see Matilda.
We're looking for the chokey.
Chokey.
The punishment box is something different. I've got that back at home.
That was a crazy third round. It just kept kind of going back and forth. I'm excited that Loose Cannons won, but I'm kind of feeling sad for Drew Grant because I think that she can bring a lot to the Schmoedown and I would love to see her more. but she is just got 2 losses in a row. I would hope that that doesn't stop her from being placed in any matches anytime soon, because I would love to continue to see her in the Schmoedown, especially just because her personality is so unique and it brings a lot of cool energy into the matches, and I would love to see her go up against people like Josh McCouga, John Roca, like even a William Bibiani would be really interesting to see in terms of entertainment. And she is a very strong player. And Tom, too, I think that he showed that he has just as much knowledge as her. And so it would also be cool to see him in a singles league match.
Yes, I was very confident Video Drew was, because she knew all the answers. She relayed those answers to Tom via their connection that they have spiritually in their heads.
I don't own a television, but I've watched several movies on other people's televisions while they're not home.
Haha.
So I felt fairly confident.
Okay, so
After how we just did, I don't think there's anybody that could scare me. Bring it on.
is this the old Zip back?
I think it might be. I might have to actually start listening to this guy.
Yeah, if you want to start zipping up body bags, you listen to Kaiser. Video Kaiser.
Video Kaiser, great.
The post-game interviews didn't have a lot of story to talk about in general, just because I feel like the Schmoedown is definitely gearing up for both the single and team tournaments. But that also just makes me very excited. There wasn't a post-credit scene, unfortunately, so I don't really know what the biggest tea moment would be. Maybe the biggest tea moment is that Tom is just a freaking master of trivia, and I would be scared of him as a competitor. I would love to see him and Drew come back for more matches. I think that is definitely going to be my biggest takeaway from this, is that they need to come back, as well as Loose Cannons, but they'll be back because they're just going to keep coming back. This was a really good match because you going in, you're like, ugh, rookie teams, like, not, and there's nothing against rookie teams, but it does take a little bit out of a viewer to just be like, okay, I gotta watch this video now, and I don't know any of the teams that well, even though we did know Loose Cannons and we did know Video Drew. And it just shows how great the Teams League is gonna get, because we have so many new teams, and we have so many great new teams who are just killing it at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. So that is it for today's Schmoedown Tea Time. Just a reminder, today's tea moment is that we should all just watch out for Tom, because in general, he freaking killed this game, and even though he lost, he still, in my mind, kind of came out the winner, because now everyone's going to be like, how does this guy know so much trivia, and how does, like, let's get him back. Let's bring him back. So, yeah, that is today's biggest tea moment. Be sure to like and subscribe. I make videos for every Schmoedown match. And, yeah, just thanks for watching. Okay, bye.